Hey y'all, welcome to Casa de Car. I am the whole vampire. I just arrived here with my scooter. Just, forgive me, my appearances. Um, got my scooter here. I'm walking it in the belly of the beast here. This is the belly of the beast, the garage. Boy, am I tired. I look good though. Look at me. I actually look like a hero. Wearing the Crimson Tide colors. I got my dark alpha juices running good. Got a lot of prayer in as well. Past a few churches. Past about 6 or 7 churches today, and each time did prayer. Different types. For me, different types. And I got different sayings and phrases. Some short, some kind of long, and but yeah. Today was pretty. So here's the thing. I definitely felt spiritually protected today. You know, as far you ever hear about like having a Overwatch, or like soldiers on the battlefield having an Overwatch, that kind of terminology. You know, people looking after you and stuff like that. I felt that, and because of that, I was a little frustrated at some point because I'm going down the highway and I'm like, this is too easy. I'm like, I'm not barely using any of my ability or anything like that to just kind of scootering along. I could just kind of feel, the presence of spiritual and you could say magical power. But I was just kind of doing my thing. It was kind of like a team effort, and I'm blessed. I'm very blessed. And I'm grateful for the people who follow me, spiritual people. I'm grateful for God and spiritual things. And yeah, look at that. Look at that over there. Isn't that pretty? That sun over there was in my eyes for the last hour. Right about eye level for an hour. But now it's gone to bed. And the night time is arriving. I got here just in time, actually. This is perfect timing. And yes, Sassy. That's Sassy, the dog. So just gonna relax. My grandfather got his surgery done. He got some of his teeth replaced. I'm not sure what the story is on that exactly, but it's time for him to get a overhaul of some sort. And I think they worked on his face too, like right here on his face. He had a little spot of a skin cancer, and I think what he told me, if I remember correctly, take care of both those things. So I hope I'm gonna go and talk to him. But I talked to him just briefly walking in the door, and his teeth surgery went well. And it was just a few days ago, it feels like, and he looked like he wasn't in very much pain at all or anything like that. So it's good. Definitely had a very powerful spiritual moment today. More along the lines of miracle than just a spiritual moment. Um, Basically, to describe the situation, I was sitting somewhere, and people, and I was, smoking, relaxing, enjoying sunlight, drinking coffee, head down, arms crossed, just trying to relax. Basically, for me, I talk about that Overwatch. Uh, when I do things, when anyone does things in life, and there's emotion or frustration or trauma, it becomes trauma sometimes. Light trauma, deep trauma, different kinds. And for me, it takes those kind of relaxation times and deep spiritual meditation, and to allow that Overwatch to take off those bandages. Like for me, how I see it and how I envision it, it's like being in it's like during action or action times, there's not very much time for recovery. So it's like I bandage my soul quickly so I can keep going. I use supernatural abilities to do that. But over time, I'm just how I phrase it, how I see it. I've got a lot of bloodied bandages covering my wounds on the inside, and they got to be taken off, and they got to be healed. They require spirituality, divinity. That's how I see it. And prayer. And my spiritual followers, some of which are very talented. And I relax and go through it's like every time a bandage gets taken off, so to speak, I have a panic attack. I have a reaction. My body, it's just like an actual injury of sorts, depending on kind of, pain or kind of thing that I had to bottle up and bandage at the time. It could be pretty severe. So there I was, and it was like being pulled out of the dark, that was a miracle. I'm an alpha male, one of the best, one of the strongest, and it was like being pulled up from underneath, from the dark. I was brought into the light. And my spiritual pressure, my energy that radiates from me, it's interesting. Being a dark alpha, but having a holy energy still. To being pulled up, to being what, I call what I've heard, what I've heard called high alpha. My energy changed, and I felt very different. I feel that tightness, that tension, that trauma that would make me flinch and nod off. As those bandages were taken off, step by step, I could feel that lighten, that load lighten. I could feel myself recover. And afterwards I got some food, but I was still I looked and felt like a hospital patient that just went through surgery. But right now, I'm feeling pretty good. And I'm just going to rest, relax, spend time with my family. That's about it. So, yeah. One step at a time. I appreciate y'all for watching. I am Wallace, the Holy Vampire. And talk to y'all later. I'm going to do some more videos probably later on for fun. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.